kidding. Deanna and I are having technical difficulties again. So we thought we were live a second ago.
We weren't live.
Turns out, no.
We weren't.
But we think we are now. We don't know.
Okay.
You might have to look for us again, but we don't know.
Liz entrusted me to know tech, and apparently I don't.
I thought she did too. And the two of us,
But here we are.
Well, we are having a darn good time.
We're
entertaining ourselves
and it's
at
a
any rate. At any rate,
and we have a good subject today.
We do. We have a great subject today. So our really great subject today is organization. Now, before we really get into that, because I would love it if y'all would bounce on and tell me some of your great secrets of how you organize. Just a couple of little things about maybe what you do.
And be specific. Like if you have a great idea for how you organize thread, let us know.
Yes.
Or how do you organize your fabric? How do you,
Yeah. Any of those fun
rulers,
things. I've got some different, I have a real Mod Podge here. But before we do that, I have to tell y'all about our amazing weekend. We had Miss Pam Buddha here. Pam is first and foremost an amazing person. She's a fantastic designer. She does patterns, books. She also does amazing fabrics with Marcus. So our reproduction room, which y'all know that's kind of
That's our thing.
It's our thing. It's dark.
It's our wheelhouse.
Because it's dark and dirty,
like
my souls. It's so true. It's
you
so
have
true.
to have that kind of a soul to work here. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's a prereq. It could be a prereq. Yeah, a prereq.
Dark and dirty soul.
Dark and dirty soul. Anyway, you guys, I just cannot believe after 3 long years of waiting for this event to actually take place, I cannot believe how gracious and accommodating and giving both Pam and Marcus were. They brought amazing gifts for everyone. Mm-hmm. Pam has a horrible back. You could see the pain in her face. And still my friend came and did that retreat for us. So once again, you may not be listening this morning, but I want everybody that is to know what a fabulous person Miss Pam is, and Patty, who was our representative for Marcus, was so fun to get to know her as well. So we thank both of them for coming and doing that for us.
And the wait was worth it, right?
It was so worth it. Everybody's, oh my gosh, Rudy made the best lunch for us. Oh my heck, my friend Rudy, who just does, he is such an amazing friend. Anything I ask Rudy, he's right on it. He does great Dutch ovens. He does amazing things. You'll all be jealous. We had sloppy joes, pulled pork sandwiches, macaroni salad, frog eye salad, green salad, 3 kinds of chips, and he made us apple crisp.
He hit it out of the park,
He sure did. It was amazing. So thank you to Rudy for helping. And I have to give a little shout out to Miss Jen. She was our helper at the academy where we had the event, and she just takes such great care of us. So my staff that was there to help me, it was like that perfect storm. Everything came together so very well. So thank you everyone that helped make it such a success. So yay, and thank you all. So so let's talk a little bit about organization.
Hey.
I want to start this by saying I'm so organized. I was 5 minutes late this morning. That's just how organized I kind of am, because I kept thinking of more things to grab to talk about on this, and so I just kept and I need this, and but wait, and then there's that, and my poor husband thought he was a pack mule this morning, taking everything out to the car for me. So
you have my favorite organizational tool right over here.
Let me guess what it is. Let's start it off with this, shall we?
Because it's my fave. Da-da-da-da.
Ta-da! Da-da-da-da!
The label
maker. You guys, I use this label maker so much in my sewing room because I have drawers where I put things, and I'd like to say that I remember everything I put in drawers, but I'd be lying, and I'm not a liar, so I can't do that.
No.
But labeling is amazing. So let me show you. So
yes, this is what I do.
Okay. So,
sorry, it's backwards.
It's backwards, but just bear with us. It says creative grids. It's a percentage through circles. Okay. So that is my cute label maker, and I made fun little designs.
I know. I was going to say, look at how cute that is. Girl. You have just upped my game.
Girl. Oh, because you've got to make cute on there. Why do you want just those ugly words? No. Put a little pin cushion.
So what does this mean, percentage to circle?
So percentage, thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Okay, so percentage is like I have, hold on. I have a 90 degree.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
So it's the degree rulers.
Okay.
I have a 60
That's
degree.
a really great idea.
See, so I've alphabetized. You wouldn't know it if it could. Okay, so here's how this whole thing started. I have decided this year is going to be my Swedish death cleaning year.
Yes.
I have so much.
We all do.
I have way too much.
We all do.
True confessions. So I don't want to leave all this mess
Yeah.
for my kids to have to clean out because it's too much, and they don't care about all this nonsense. So take care of it now. Squirrels all over the place. Okay, September 16th, I believe that's a Saturday. We are going to have our annual yard sale. Now, I'm thinking this might be the last one that I do. It's a lot of work, and I'm in a position now where I can donate money to the museum where we first started this. I really was not with the store. So every year when we do the yard sale, all of the proceeds go to our sweet little museum here in Brigham City. And they use it to help with their quilt show that they do all summer.
Now, let me tell you about the quilt show that we have here in Brigham City. Number one, it's worth the stop.
Yes, it is.
It's worth the trip wherever you are.
Yes, it is.
It always is fantastic.
They do a great job.
Such an amazing
and they're so nice
addition to our community and
really
to our
is.
hobby, our art.
It's true. They're amazing people. So right now, I am trying really, really hard to see how much I can go through between now and the 16th of September. Now, we do take donations from our, my staff here brings stuff, my customers bring stuff, my friends bring stuff. We would request that you please only bring good things, the stuff that you would yourself maybe use that you just don't have time for anymore, or maybe you don't like that kid anymore, or whatever it is. Don't bring me anything that you think, oh, this really should just go in the trash. We had a few things last year that I ended up taking to the DI, and I know what they did to them because I have a person that told me they don't even make it out on their shelves. So if you have that kind of stuff, do yourself a favor, go ahead and put it in your trash at home. But please bring us, magazines don't do well here, but books, patterns, good quality fabrics, and it can be upholstery fabrics. Upholstery fabrics are okay. Flannels, denims, corduroys, nice cotton, notion-y things that maybe you've got two of, or maybe it's something you've replaced or you don't use that anymore. Any of those type things we would absolutely love to have from you to help our little museum with their...
And we have usually done, I think we've always done, we've done an amazing turnaround with our yard sale, and we really appreciate all of our customers that bring things in and that have, and then that come to the yard sale. Like we have customers that save up to come to the yard sale because it's so fun.
We have one customer, oh my gosh, she is so amazing. She will come and buy our scrap bags, and then she brings me back quilts that she has made from those, and they are amazing. She really is. Yeah. And she uses the stuff that the rest of us think, I'm never going to get to that. She makes quilts from them. She donates them. She gives them to family. I mean, she just does amazing things with what's in that yard sale. And there's some good stuff, you guys. There's some great stuff. Really
and
good
if it is
stuff.
our last year, this is a good year then.
It is.
This fall to go through your stuff and bring it down to our store on the 15th.
Yes, please don't bring it down too early because I really don't have any place to store stuff. My basement is getting a little crammed down there with all kinds of stuff, so I really don't have a place to store it. So if you would wait and bring it to us on Friday the 15th, that would be would be great.
Then we'll have it the garage sale the 16th.
We will. So my staff, bless their hearts, they come on Friday night. We get stuff organized. We come early Saturday morning, and I think it starts at 9. Is that correct? It goes from 9 to noon. So my staff comes down Friday night, and everybody pitches in. We sort through the things, we organize the things, and we get them all ready to be put out on the tables. And then Saturday, usually Ben, sometimes Rudy, sometimes Stan, sometimes even Ken comes and helps, and they set up the easy ups in the back, put up the tables for us, and get us all ready to go. So it's quite a production, but we've enjoyed doing that to help out our sweet little museum. And we'll continue to do something.
The quality of shows and the
at
quilts
show
that they bring in, that they curate there is really fantastic.
is really good. And it's not just local quilts. They
No,
get them
no,
from
they bring-
all over the world.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. They're different things than what you might
Yeah.
expect to see. And so it's just really fun.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Back.
All right. So back to organizing. So what I do with most of my rulers, especially if they're specialty rulers, that's where we're starting. I have a little cube that all of these fun little plastic containers go in, and they just stack right up. So they're all alphabetized, and then they're in by who makes them. Like this is my creative grid, one of my creative grids. So I have some for Studio 180. I have some for miscellaneous. I have one for Block Lock. So all of my rulers, and they're just nice and handy to get to. Now my regular rulers that I use all the time, they sit on my cutting table in a couple of these nice little ruler racks. That keeps them up off my cutting area and organized, so I can just go to them and pull them. And I am so anal about my rulers. When I cut out a block, they go right back into their place. I don't leave them sitting there, because if I do, you know what happens?
No.
They disappear on my mat. I don't know how they do that, but I can't find them.
But I love this because there are some rulers that you use
All the time.
like every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's a good idea.
So those are on the back of my... How do you do your rulers? What do you do with yours, Deanna?
I have a drawer.
A drawer.
Yeah,
nice.
in my drawer.
Nice.
I'm here to learn.
Well, we all are. That's why I said please send some ideas to us,
we're
because
doing-
really we
Yeah,
all
organization.
we all are here to learn. Now, I love lots and lots of different, just ordinary things that you might have around that you really would not think of. Oh, but I could use those.
You're purposefully repurposing.
Yes, I could use those to organize. Now, one of my things that I love, I like to do little things. Now, I might spill all of this, but my friend Cindy, and I showed this last week, but I wanted to show it again because this is a great way to organize. This is a muffin tin. And her sweet husband Lynn spray painted them for us. But these little teeny tiny pieces that are in here. I organize my pieces in here. So as I'm sewing, I can say, okay, now I need a cream piece in there. Now I need a red and I need a pink. I go to that section of my muffin tin and I pull it out.
And it's all contained right
Yeah,
here.
it's
and
right
it's cute.
there. And it's cute.
And it
Most important.
It makes
it
it
just
fun
smile.
when it's cute.
It does. So that's one way
Highlight.
that I can organize some small pieces that I'm working on. Another thing that I absolutely love are my baskets. I have baskets and still more baskets.
But these little inserts are nice.
These are nice. This is a little Longaberger basket that I have, but it has these little plastic compartments in it. So it really helps me organize. Okay, I have one size here. I have these are my little scraps that I haven't put together as pairs yet. These are my ones over here that are pairs. So what I do with that, and I wonder how you guys do your scraps. Scraps are monsters.
After I'm finished cutting a quilt, I take anything that I can make 2.5-inch strips with, and I roll them up, and I have a little container for them. I don't keep anything less than 5-inch squares. So I cut my quilts up. I know.
Give me your little pieces, because look at this. These are itty bitty. These are 1 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
These are itty bitty.
Because I need to finish my circa 180.
Circa 1880.
My circa 1880.
You better start keeping some little. You better start saving some little pieces.
I cut things up into 5-inch squares.
Yeah.
Or if they can fit into a fat quarter or a fat 8, then I fold them into that. But I don't like to keep itty bitty.
I do.
I don't.
I have
because
bags.
It just grew too much.
They do grow too much. And so one time I decided, because I love scrap quilts, they're my very favorite. So one time I decided, okay, this is ridiculous. I've got to go through. I've got to start doing this. So I pull out my tote with all these scraps in them. Now my scraps are by color.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily do.
You don't have a
sizes.
bag of scraps.
Oh, I have a lot of bags of scraps.
But you've got a bag of scraps in color.
In colors.
That's a good idea.
In colors. So I thought, okay, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to start cleaning out those scraps. I have way too many. So I brought my tote. couple of totes out, not all, a couple of totes out, sat down on my family room floor, took those out. I started to hyperventilate. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get rid of those scraps. I'm like, but that's what I love.
Yeah.
So I've got to do better. But here,
okay.
I do.
But just a second.
Yes.
Those scraps we could use as leaders and enders. I mean, you think about the things you can do with your scraps, especially if they're organized. So that's why I like mine in 5-inch squares. I can just put together a humanitarian aid quilt or something out of those 5-inch squares or something I'm going to give away. And they're leaders and enders. But if you still love them, I still think
I have to keep them.
That's fine.
I know. I can't. I'll try and do better.
And
some I do, but not all. So that's what these are. These are my leaders and enders that my Laurie is making me do this quilt. Now, she gets me into so much trouble, you guys.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm cutting something and I just have a little strip left.
Look at how nice they're pinned.
So because that's a set.
Yep.
Okay. So when I'm finished cutting a quilt, I will take those little scraps and cut them into some pieces. So this is my leaders and enders. These make. Oh, I lost one. Okay. So see this little pile here? These are the blocks that these guys will grow up to be. So when I'm sewing, sometimes I just use Harry and I sew off. But if I'm not in a real hurry and I just want to make sure I'm using my threads better, I will do a leader and an ender. Now, Bonnie Hunter is the one that kind of started this leaders and enders.
And she has a couple of really nice books that explain what
and her organizing. So she does what you just said. She cuts into strips and blocks and squares and organizes hers that way. And I think that's a great way. If I ever get that far, maybe.
But see, yours are. I mean, give yourself some grace here. Look at what she's done. That's amazing.
Because those are my pairs.
Yeah, that's great.
So when I finish doing a quilt, if I have a little strip left from that, I look at it and I say, okay, is that 1 1/4? Is that 1 1/2? Because depending on what I'm sewing, because I am still putting pieces in circa, and then I'm doing this sweet little quilt. But then the next thing that I like to do, design boards.
Yeah.
I love design boards. And so what I'll do is I'll lay those pieces out, so then I can just come along and pick them up. So this row together, so my center, so this row together, so this row together. Then I've got another little block. So I'll come along
while you're
when I have
sewing
several
something
sets.
else.
Right.
I mean, it's such a good use of your time.
It really is. So I'll just go through and I'll just stack up several of my little design boards.
Great idea.
And then I'm ready to sew those blocks. So they're just sitting there and they're ready to go. So that's a nice way to have a little bit of your scraps organized. Oh, but let me back up a second. The Creative Grids rulers come with these amazing instruction sheets. Well, I have some of them in my ruler boxes, but another great way to organize those is just in a little 3-ring binder in a page protector and just go through and put each one of your
it just sits on a bookshelf in your where your books
rulers
are.
And, So that's another great way to kind of organize some of your instructions, because you don't want to ever get rid of these instructions. These are your specialty rulers, and you're not using those generally every day. So when you do want to use them, sometimes you need a little refresher.
And how do you use that?
And
how
do we do that?
Yeah.
And what? And why? And okay, did that really work?
Yeah.
And so, some of the other things that I like to have as a little bit of an organizer. So this is a Yazzie. It's a thread organizer. And you can go through and you can put your different kinds of threads in it. Oh, and it's stuck on the side. There you go. And it's got lots and lots of pockets inside, so you could put your different, like you could put your wool threads or your silk threads or, your different kinds of threads in here. And this is a great way to take it to a retreat if you're doing applique and you need lots of different colors of threads. That's a great little thread organizer there. Oh, I know.
That's a great one.
I know. This is a great one. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you.
Mary gave me those. Mary gave me those.
I love these.
I do too.
So let's see. These, oh, thank you, Deanna. Yes, that would be great if you hold a couple of those up. These are called alphabetis, and they are amazing. So sometimes when you're doing a row or even pieces in the block, some of them can be pretty intense. Yep. And so it's kind of okay, which one is letter A? Which one is number 4? Which one is,
Sorry, these
whatever.
are backwards, folks.
It's okay. We're a little backwards, and it's all right. People understand us. So those are some fun. That's really great ways. Another thing that I have that I couldn't find this morning, my friend Nina gave them to us one year at a retreat. They're safety pins with the little blocks, the alphabet blocks on them. It's like a little bead, and they're on a pin, a safety pin. You can take those and pin those to your row or your blocks. So that you stay in order. So you stay in order. Yep. So sometimes I will lay mine out on my family room floor or even my design wall. Sometimes getting from that design wall to my sewing machine, I'm not sure who mixes those up. But sometimes they don't end up in the same place afterwards. I'm not quite sure what goes on there.
It's the gremlins.
It is the gremlins. Another thing, though, that I like to do with my rows or my block pieces, I love the Wonder Clips to organize with. So, I mean, they come in mini, and then there's the regular size that I also use when I'm binding. I love these clips when I'm binding. And then a great big one that I can put on several pieces to hold it together so that it doesn't disappear or get out of line when it's going from the design wall to my sewing machine. So, one of our fun little teachers taught us this trick one time when you're doing English paper piecing. Good idea. If you put a little tiny clip in there, it reduces some of the strain on your hand because we want to poke it. We pinch. We want to pinch it. But I don't have to because this little Wonder Clip has done that for me. So love Wonder Clips to help keep me organized when I'm doing sewing stuff. Okay.
This is darling.
This is so fun.
My little sock monkey.
This is so fun. It's my little lunchbox. Now, in my little lunchbox, this is great. This is my applique. This is my not all, but a lot of my applique things. So I have like my Karen K. Buckley circles and leaves. I have several different rulers. I have some threads. I have my little magnetic holder here. I have this fun little turner, which is just really a skewer. Oh, different. And we're going to talk about that. One time, my glue, I mean, it's just got tons.
And these, I use these.
I love those.
Yeah,
those
I
little
learned that
cute
from piece
toothpicks.
of cake.
And so you can use these little toothpicks.
Another little finger.
To help turn things over. I've got glue sticks. I've got applique pins.
To make your stems.
To make your stems. I've got fun little different turners and pencils. And I've got my amazing little applique tools in here and rulers. Just lots of different things that I would maybe be using. I've got my needle minder up here on the top. So this little tin here just holds some different things.
And you'll always know where all of your applique things are.
Yeah, they're in there one little spot. So because I am a hoarder, I just admitted that. I really am. Even my kids know it. My friends know it. It's okay if y'all know it too. It's all right. It's one of my flaws, but it's a good flaw to have.
It is a good flaw.
So if I can keep some things organized like that, like my applique things are here, then when if I'm going to go to a retreat or a class, I know I can just go and grab that little lunchbox tin, and I know I'm going to have stuff in there. Another really great thing that we have, Laurie made this up one year for us, and I really am sorry, I know they're backwards. It's just a little list. It's a checklist. If you're going to go to a retreat or you're going to go to a class or whatever, make yourself up a little checklist of things that you like to take. If you're doing a certain quilt and it needs specialty rulers, write those down. I live with notes. I'm always losing them, but I live with notes. So make yourself a list. And put, okay, I'm going to be making flying geese. Oh, I'm going to need my ultimate flying geese ruler. I'm going to be making half square triangles. Maybe I want a block. Any kind of a ruler that you might need for that, jot them down as you're looking at the pattern. put them in. Somewhere I have a little bag. We all have bags that we put our projects in, project bags. Put your stuff all in your project bags. As you think about it, put them in there. And then when you get to your retreat or your class, you won't be like, I forgot that darned ruler. Dadgummit. So in talking about organizing your fabrics, I actually took a couple of pictures at my house. I'm going to go get my phone so I can show you a couple of pictures. But I want Deanna to talk about this for a second.
So what we do here at Village is we take these magazine...
Comic book.
Yeah. And we have taken them and we've put our end of bolt fabric on them. And actually, some of us have taken these home, and this is how we organize our fabrics at home. And they look really nice in your shelves. And so, yeah. And the little bow, of course, makes it cute because we like cute so much.
But a lot of people will use those cardboards in their house, like if they have like a shelf, and they'll wrap like fat quarters. And they have smaller ones. Some people will cut those in half. So we just get them on Amazon, and they're fairly inexpensive, and they're not real flimsy. They're a nice weight. So that's kind of a fun way to organize a little bit on your shelves.
Because sometimes your fabric just gets unruly.
Or sometimes?
Yeah. Sometimes
Most
it gets
of the time.
unruly.
I think that's pretty much most of the time, but that's okay.
Hi,
Let's
Cindy.
see.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Cindy.
Our Cindy from Ohio.
Yes, she is. It's my sweet Cindy. I love my sweet Cindy. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to...
Just a minute.
Oh, wait. Well, you don't want to see that. What you really want to see
that.
is this. Okay, let's see if I can show you. Okay, so this is in my gamble room. I'm trying to organize mine by color and by
genre.
Yes, thank you. Because I have Dark and Dirty, I have Tula, I have Jen. Let's see. Oh, no, that was the wrong way to flip it. Hold on, I'm backwards. Okay. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay. So I just do, so that's how I'm starting to do my shelves, by color and by my different designers. So in my reproductions, all my designers are friends, and so they can be all together by color. I think we went that way. Okay, now on another shelf, those are kits.
That's how I do
And they're in the plastic, in those fun little plastic boxes. And can you see? They all have a label on them, so it tells me what that kit is that's in there. Then, because we are in my gamble room, I like cute. Those are just little wire baskets that I have hung on my wall to put my quilting threads. This is just a little metal shelf. Yeah, that I also have some of my threads in there. So it just helps me be a little more organized with some stuff in there.
And
so
I'm going to comment on that for just a minute. Both the way you've done your fabrics and your threads. If it's hidden in a tote, we're not going to use it or see it.
No.
And so I think it's really valuable to have them in spaces and containers that you can see them.
Yeah, I do have some in totes. Although those that are in totes are being put onto the shelves. And what doesn't fit on my shelves, my children will be happy to know, has to go by the wayside.
Okay, so let's talk about that for just a minute.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of cleaning it's perpetually clean, but I'm cleaning out my sewing room too, and my little studio. And Lisa gave me some great advice one day. She said, you have to sort before you organize.
Yes, you do.
And that is true.
Yes, you do.
I also have decided, like one Saturday, it's like I can't do it all, but I can get all my kits organized. And so I go in and I organize
skirts. I like that. It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
If you stop and think about, I have to go in there in one day and organize what I've been working on for over 40 years. It's not going to happen, guys. It's too much.
Yeah.
It's the elephant that's in the room. Yeah. Baby bites, baby bites, baby bites. I would like to say designate 10, 15 minutes a day even. Or once a week you say, 2 hours, I'm going to work on this. So Swedish death cleaning, this is an amazing thing to do. What they say to do is you have three section type things, we'll call it. Okay, one is, I am going to keep this. I'm definitely keeping this.
This is something I love.
This is something I love. I'm definitely keeping this. The next one is, I'm donating. The third one is, this is just trash. Yeah. What am I doing? Yeah. And we all have some of that. We
that's
all
okay.
know that we, and it is okay. It is absolutely okay. So, I have those 3 boxes sitting by a table that I've set up in my family room. So I can bring out one tote and go through that tote and say, okay, I love it. And I have to say, I have to have one more too that I'm thinking about, that I have to think about for a second.
Consider. I'm considering this.
So
good idea.
Consider, donate, trash.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes I look at things and I think, maybe. So it's not something that says I have to keep, but it's I got to think about that for a second. Yeah. So I actually have 4. I'm sorry, Swedish ladies and gentlemen, but I have 4.
The gentle art of Swedish death cleaning can be
not so gentle.
Yeah.
It's kind of painful. I could clean out Stan's tools in the garage.
Oh,
real easily.
Yeah.
But because I have no sentimental attachment to any of that. Yeah. And sometimes I think that's sometimes what's a little hard about getting rid of some of your stuff is we're sentimentally attached to it. Or we have something that maybe we purchased that at a difficult time in our life. And so we're not there anymore, but maybe we want to hold on to that for just a second, or maybe we want to say, "Oh, we don't want to remember that time. I got to get rid of that. It served its purpose. Now it's done. Let's move on. Let's move on." Yeah. So let's see. Oh, my Trisha. Trisha says, "I love your green shelves. Such great tips for organizing."
If you like that color green, let me tell you what Deanna has on order.
It's lime green. I painted those. I painted those myself because it's fun.
At Lowe's, they have Cabelco.
What's Cabelco?
It's toolboxes. You know, a big on wheels in that green. So I ordered it. That's where. So instead of, because I want cute, I'm going to put my rulers in that, because you know how those toolboxes.
How big is it? Oh, it's a big one. Yeah. A nice big one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get one of those. From Lowe's?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm going to go buy me one.
Go to your Lowe's.
We'll talk.
They love that lime green. I love that lime green. And it is cute. And it looks good in our sewing room.
It does. Yeah. It does. And one of these times, Lizzie's here.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Liz. We miss you. I hope you're having fun.
Francine was on too just a second.
Hi, Francine. Our sweet friend Francine from Weiser, Idaho. Love the name of that sweet little town.
Yes.
So, now I lost my train of thought.
Lime green big toolbox.
Big toolbox.
It's coming to my sewing room.
I got it. I remember. Okay. Thank you for helping. One of our shows that we're going to talk about soon is things that you purchase not at a quilt store.
Yeah.
That you use in your everyday quilting. There's lots of things. Harbor Freight is a great place to find things. Yeah. Like the hardware stores.
Yeah, I was at Lowe's just getting something for my dad, and I saw this great lime green.
Yes, please.
Toolbox, and it's coming home. It came home with me.
Yeah. I've got to have a lime green toolbox in my gamma room to go with all.
And my label maker has had happy times.
Oh, our label maker! I use that. We use the label maker down here at the store
Ren
too.
Says hi too.
Oh, my sweet Ren! Good morning, my Ren. I'm waiting for some great stories from you, Ren, about things that happened on your vacation, please.
Yep.
We love our Ren.
Well,
he's cute. Well, I think we've yickety-yacked a ton this morning, but we would love for you to still bounce on there and give us some of your tips, and we're happy to share those. Now, next week, Miss Liz has, speaking of organizing, Miss Liz is going to be doing our live from
her sewing room.
Well, no. She's on the road, remember?
She's
going to show us how she organizes her stuff when she's on the road.
It's a great idea.
Now, Liz, Let's go near Sturgis. Please be careful. We just want to say, stay away from those crazy motorcycle people. And Ken, stay safe, buddy. Stay safe. We know we'll have great, great, great stories for them to tell us about how fun their trip was this time. And so we can't wait to hear back from both of them. But we're going to be watching Miss Liz next week she's not going to actually be in Sturgis. She said she's staying about 100 miles away. Good job. But she's going to be showing you how she organizes so she can sew while she's on the road. It'll be way fun. It'll be way fun. So we thank each and every one of you for joining us again today. We've had a good time.
August. I know August is kind of the last big hurrah of summer. Enjoy
and that's okay. I'm ready to be done with the heat. I'm so ready to be done with heat.
Enjoy your time, and as kiddos go back to school or grandkids or whatever.
Or
we have to go back to school to teach.
Darn.
I know, the summer's over.
We just want to tell all of you, have an amazing week. And we won't see you next week. My Miss Liz is going to be doing this on the road. So I'll see you again in 2 weeks. And everybody, take care of one another. Make sure you love yourself. Also, be kind to each other. Have a great week. And thank you again so much for joining us. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
We might say bye. I don't think so. I think we will be with our friends. And we're still with our friends.